49ers faithful, what is up? It is day 32 of our 32 in 32, the final day. We've got the San Francisco 49ers for you. Let's break into it here. Starting off on the season, guys, 6-11, 4th on offense, 15th on defense. Looking at the season, injuries were plaguing everybody, from Brandon Ayuk to Deebo missing time to obviously the biggest piece, CMC missing 95% of the season. We'll see what they can do here moving forwards into 2025. Obviously, you guys know it looks like it's kind of a rebuilding time. It was necessary, though. I mean, it was going to happen eventually. The team is getting older. They let a lot of defensive pieces go. They traded a lot of offensive pieces away. Let's take a look at the cap here for them. $42 million is what they have actively for a salary cap, but effectively they can only use $36 million. Of any team in the NFL, they have the most dead money. It's $77 million. I mean, with all the moves they've had to make, the trades they've made, and the cuts, it's understandable why they're like this. What are they going to do with the rest of that money? Free agency hasn't really been a great thing for us 49er faithfuls. They are going to be restructuring Brock Purdy coming up. I think that's where most of that money is going to be. I think Brock Purdy gets a deal. So I don't see any more big free agency ads coming through. Let's take a look at what they did add, and then we'll talk about those players that they did lose. For free agency grabs, first on defense, they grabbed Richie Grant, and they also grabbed Trey Brown, the cornerback from the Seahawks. Kind of okay ads. They're shoe fillers, not really necessarily the greatest starters, but they were cheap. Now on offense, they added Macaroni Jones, one of my favorite names to say in the NFL. Macaroni Jones, he's going to end up playing the backup quarterback role behind Brock Purdy. He says he's excited to play underneath of Kyle Shanahan's tutelage. We'll see how that comes forward. I don't really expect him to get a lot of playing time. The other guy, though, that I do expect to see playing time, that's Demarcus Robinson. Demarcus Robinson coming over from the Rams. So they went inside of the NFC West to grab two players. Demarcus Robinson's pretty good. I think he'll pair along well with the wide receivers that they do have on the roster. Another guy they brought back is Kyle Juszczyk. He did visit with the Steelers earlier in the season, or offseason rather, but ended up coming back and decided to sign back with the team here. For free agency losses, guys, the 49ers have the most. 13 or 14 different players have been moved on to new teams. It's looking bleak. It's looking bleak, to be completely honest. Across the board, every single aspect of the team has lost somebody. From Hargraves going to the Vikings, Tarvarius Ward going to the Colts. I mean, guys, they lost players across the board. Two big trades that they made here in the offseason, both offensive players, both starters on the offense last season. One of them, one of their big names, Deebo Samuel. He's moved on. We know about that. That was the first trade of the offseason. He went to the Washington Commanders on a 5th-round pick. I mean, with the high contract that he had, you knew you weren't going to get a high pick for him. So 49ers faithful, if you were mad about that, that's the reason why. Other guy, though, that I feel like they could have gotten a little more for, this is Jordan Mason. They traded Jordan Mason away for a 5th this year and a 6th next year. I feel like you could have gotten a 3rd or 4th, called it a day with the Vikings, but that's just not how it played out. You did get some more picks. This does show that John Lynch is trying to fill the roster through the draft. Other players that they lost this offseason, though, Josh Dobbs, their other backup quarterback, Brandon Allen, he is gone. Aaron Banks, the left guard, is gone. Hufanga, the safety. Dre Greenlaw, their middle linebacker who blew his ACL or leg, something in his leg during the Super Bowl, came back during the season, wasn't able to be his best, ended up leaving. It's just across the board, the team has been relinquished of a lot of its starters. We'll see what they can do in the draft. Guys, let's dive into that, see what we think that John Lynch is going to do here. So for the draft for the 49ers in the first round, I'm not going to lie, guys, this is the only one I've done this for in the 32 for 32. I honestly see them potentially trading out of this pick. Where they're at in the draft, a spot that they need filled may not be available, just kind of given what may go in front of them. And I do see the 49ers maybe taking this 2025 season to be put back on those back burners there and potentially rebuild within the roster to see what they have moving forward into the future. But if they do take their pick, I do have 3 options for you. First, Kenneth Grant, Defensive interior lineman. I like him a lot. He could potentially be there at that pick. If so, I would take him. Also, another player I like is Will Johnson out of Michigan. He's a cornerback. If he is available there, I would still consider keeping my pick and taking him, replacing Charvarius Ward. I think he would be a good replacement there. And the last guy would be Josh Simmons, the offensive tackle. If he is available, I would consider maybe taking him. We did lose Aaron Banks. Now, Aaron Banks is a guard, but the 49ers are kind of known for moving offensive linemen around within the offensive line. So I think I would be okay with bringing in him, maybe putting him at tackle and moving another player into the interior of the offensive line. Like I said, potential trade out though. So that is how I built this draft off of, that we've traded out of it and we have picks for 2026. Let's take a look at the second round pick though. I think we'll take Maxwell Harston. He's a cornerback out of North Carolina. I think he is great. He's been mocked pretty high. At points in time, he was even into the first round. He has lost some of his lackluster. Moving into the second round, but I think they can get him in a top 50 pick, and I would love that for them. Now, in the third round, I'm going to go with Winston Jr. out of Penn State. This is a safety. This is my Hufanga replacement. I think he's going to be great in the NFL. He plays on an amazing college football team who is renowned for their defense. They even have a guy who is top 3 in this draft potentially this year. So I'm going to bring in Winston Jr. I think he plugs and plays almost immediately. They already have a few safeties on the roster who are going to be able to do that, like Mustafa from last year. And that's why I'm going to go ahead and take this safety at this position. In the fourth round, we do have 2 picks. And with my first one, I'm going to replace Jordan Mason. That's going to be with the Texas running back, Blue. I'm going to bring him in. He's a speedy back. He has a one-cut ability. I think that if CMC is not ready, we need to make sure that we have a few running backs on the roster, just like last year. It can't just be Isaac Garendo back there. Let's bring in a running back with our first pick in the fourth round. With our second pick in the fourth round, I'm going to go with Mello Dotson. This is a cornerback out of Kansas. He's the second best one on the team, to be completely honest, but I think he is very good. I think he'll be great playing in the slot position, potentially as a more of a nickel back position, or just straight coming in on slot plays when they go into dime or a 3-2 quarter package, something like that. I think he could mature into a great player over the years. They are known for having good cornerback play over in the 49ers, even as far back as Emmanuel Mosley. Unfortunately for him, he keeps getting injured, but they just draft good cornerbacks late in the draft. I think this is going to be another one. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think the 49ers trade out of the first round? Is there somebody specific 49ers faithful that you want to make sure you see the 49ers grab in the draft? Let me know. I'll look in the comments for those. Guys, I want to thank you again for tuning in to all of our 32 for 32s. If you missed any of them, don't worry. Just scroll through our profile. We have all of them available for you. Make sure you like, follow, and you're sharing those along. We will see you on our next podcast. Until then, peace out, guys.